Number 4 in her back, and she is a player in form. Hamidova, we know what she can do. Let's see if Japan can strike a blow on anger. And here is Mbogi and Dave. First touch for the big number 2 for Japan, and they're going to try and push this one wide. They got pace in that team, as we know. It's just maybe a little bit of lack of experience and the technical expertise to compete with Russia. Here's Mikhaltseva, waste no time in getting on with it. Russian number 4, looping pass on the outside, and here's Drakova. We see me once, and off she goes. First touch of the ball, 1 try on the board. That's what she can do.
Yeah, you talked about inexperience, and Japan showed it there. First of all, getting caught at the breakdown without numbers at all made it really easy for Russia to turn the ball over, and then having turned it over, the last thing you can afford to do is leave in space probably the fastest player on the pitch, Drakova. Brilliant finish from her, but we got used to seeing that now, haven't we?
Absolutely. She's just clinical, especially with that kind of room. The conversion attempts not so clinical, but 5 points on the board for Russia, and they're off to the perfect start against Japan here in Kitakyushu. And it is Drakova, the danger strike runner that we highlighted before the match kicked off. Yuki Ito for Japan. Mikhaltseva to restart. Switches tack and a little grubber kick through to try and catch Japan unawares. The pass on the outside is beautifully timed, and the space opens up. The home fans shouting for the try. Almost there. Taniguchi just held the 45-meter line. Did not go forward, it went backwards as the referee. Mbogi and dropped it. And chance for Mikhaltseva to try and spread this overlap on the right-hand side if Russia can get it out there. Bobkova swallowed up in the middle. Hamidova. Japan having to defend now, but comfortably inside their own 22. Well, it looks like it's going to be another 1 foot race on. Sprinting away is Skoromko. Is she going to be caught? She is. Brilliant chase by Nakamura. And then the pass. Well, if they stop one, Perestek was there on the support line to silence the home support.
A great breakout try from Russia. A slow motion offload from Skoromonko in the end, but she had a long way to run first. Of course, used to be Kazakova. It's not a new player, suddenly appeared on the scene. Skoromonko uses all the pace. He's got brilliantly chased down by Nakamura, but then that slow motion offload and collapse to the floor, the ball into the hands of Perestia.
Yeah, it's been a tough opening couple of minutes for Japan. The conversion without insult to injury. 2 tries on the board, 12 points to the good. And Japan just goes to show you the excitement of the brilliant break initially by Taniguchi, but then Russia counter and they strike with clinical precision. Mikhaltseva again going for the grubber kick. There's not enough on that one, so Japan will have advantage, and it's Nakamura. Tries to go through. Kuai keeps the ball alive. Mbogi and Dave over the halfway line, and lovely pass out the back, but unfortunately Mayo Shimizu couldn't hold on to it, and Russia, Mikhaltseva, will try and attack. Here's Bobkova. That one went forward, and Amy Perrett's blown the whistle. She spots it, and it's going to be a scrum to Japan. Good tackle.
Yeah, tough times for Japan. And Bogin Draumai Nandave, she's used to being able to take the ball into contact, get those offloads away. Not under pressure, but of course this is a step up in this series. Playing power teams like Russia, they're under way more pressure. Japan, far less time on the ball, far less time in the tackle, far less time at the breakdown area.
This is a stand they're going to have to get used to ahead of next season, as Yamanaka fires one out, and a good pass it was too. Again, Hamidova trying to close the gap. The pass was good from Shimizu, and back to her captain Yamanaka. Japan keeping the ball alive. This is Kuai. Oh, it's gone forwards. And the crowd, plenty of enthusiasm for Japan when they do get it. It's just that last pass that doesn't quite go to hand.
Yeah, almost too desperate to keep the ball out of contact there, Japan, just throwing it backwards, and there was just no support there. It needed somebody to take it forward, set up a breakdown, set up an offside line which forces the Russians to get back defensively.
Mikaltseva with the feed and the pass. Well, nice diving action. Pity there was nobody where the pass went. Russia still with the ball though, and Japan forcing them back inside the 22. Decent tackle by Yuki Ito. Again, blitz defense. Mikaltseva, no option but to take that in. But Japan forgot to put the tackle in. They forgot to put her on the ground. And if you do that and give her any kind of space, she will punish you. I'm sure Mikaltseva can't quite believe that. She was waiting for the hit that never came. All of a sudden, she's got a try.
It seemed like such a well-organised Japanese defence, didn't it? Mikaltseva had to take the ball in because there was nowhere else to go. There were defenders all around her, and yet everybody thought somebody else was making the tackle. Here she is, she has to cut in. 1-2 tacklers on her, but they both let go at the same time, and she had the wherewithal to realise there was no one home. It's got such pace, this Russian team, all of them so powerful, so as soon as they get ahead of you in defence, you're in all sorts of trouble.
Maria Perestiak with the conversion attempt. Splits the upright, and it's more insult to injury for Japan. Russia leading by 19 points to 0. Full value for it as well. Couple of nice breaks by the Japanese. Just the last pass and the, I suppose, the spatial awareness to finish off the break is what they're missing so far. Well, Mbogi and Tamanadabe just took her eye off that ball, and she's furious with herself. As well you might be. Big unit. 5th tournament for Japan. You need 3 jerseys to fit that one in, wouldn't you? You just call it Dave for short. Feed from Mikaltseva. Looping pass over the heads. Perestiak is there. 2 outside her. Russia looking pretty ominous. Pretty ominous again. Drakova turns on the afterburners. Drakova, try number 2 for her. An inch of space is all she needs. 19th try this season. She is a try scoring machine.
She is, but the pace of the rest of the team helps us so much. You can see Skoronko, she's so threatening, the defence is watching her, and then Drakova just appears on the outside. So much power and pace in this team as a defence, you just don't know who to mark. She's enjoying that one, Drakova, isn't she?
Absolutely. Mikaltseva, no joy with the extra 2. So the half-time whistle sounds. It's been one-way traffic, and it's all.
They didn't quite get enough time.
Yeah.
To put their opinion into the mix.
I have a funny feeling, had Baranowski been in the middle there, he'd be giving out to his players that they weren't even more ahead. But Japan, can they strike a blow here? Because they do have those little line breakers in their team, as we know. Chance for Tsutsumi to try and get in behind the defence. Again, Russia competing, but they do so illegally. Quick tap and off they go. This is Shimizu. Shimizu trying to go around the outside. Good tackle from the goal. The pass is beautiful. Tsutsumi strikes for Japan. What a try that was, Sube.
It certainly was, and what a moment for Japan. Their first try in the World Series on home soil. And it was a brilliant one. The crowd have gone wild, but here it is.
Started and finished in fine style. This was Shimizu, but what about that?
The offload, and then she just grasped that ball out of the air above her head. It just stuck in her fingers, didn't it? Brilliant.
Tsutsumi has the honours of the first try in Kitakyushu for the host nation, and Japan, that'll do their confidence a world of good. Restart taken out of the air by Nakamura. Did really, really well. And then driven back towards the halfway line, but still with Japan. Ito trying to power through. This is a much better start by Japan than anything we saw in the first half. Kuwai take it this time by Batifa Kalolo. This is Nakamura looking for the switch, a dummy switch. Oh, she doesn't need it. Oh, he went forward. Thought she was in. Fingernail tackle there on the jersey.
So close, wasn't it? Nakamura really makes things happen in the middle. It's the footwork. She plays with the ball in both hands, and she's such a balanced runner. She can go in any direction, and it just, look, there she goes. Oh, so close, wasn't she, to getting away, but then just got the jersey grabbed.
Yeah, Hamidova may be guilty of ball watching there. There's a gap if that pass had gone, but chance for Mikaltseva, crossfield kick. This one for the speedster to go after. It's going to stay in play. Japan have just enough numbers there to get the ball back and recycle. Bit of help needed. Serrano did well, and they break up the first side. The pass back in from Shimizu, and there for Nakamura, and she picks it off the ground. The whistle's gone. It's hard not to buy into the enthusiasm of the crowd here.
For the sigh in the crowd when the whistle went then. They thought Japan was in for the second try. Russia taking their time now, helping the crowd calm down, taking the steam out of the situation.
So, touch found on Japan's 10-metre line. Russia with the pull into the line out. And you do have Marina Kukina in there. Hamidova as well is going to take this one. Daria Noritsina comes in. She goes out onto the wing, into the centre, I should say, and Zukova is going to take her place in the wing. Hamidova, ball off the top to use. Nice pass from Parestiek. Here she is, the substitute. First touch for her. Noritsina! Now you see that, now you don't, off she goes! What a try for Russia.
What a first touch, what a first touch to Noritsina. Brilliant work, the Japanese defence was worried. You said it, Drokova's gone out onto the wing. The Japanese defence is worried about that. So the winger is stretching out to cover Drokova. Noritsina spots her chance. And lovely pace, great finish.
Yeah, a real striker's finish there for Russia. Conversion attempt to come. So, just halting that momentum that Japan had built up. No joy with the extra two. But Russia, 29-5 ahead. Deep into the second half now. The result beyond Japan, but certainly flashes of brilliance for them. And I tell you what, as we go on into this tournament, and tomorrow in particular, the bronze medal up for grabs. You feel they could trouble a couple of sides down near the bottom of the standings after day one, but let's see how they finish today. Russia, eyes firmly on the gold medal as far as they're concerned. That's a decent kick. Quick line out taken. Japan trying to keep it alive. Under pressure though, inside their own 5-metre line. Two down this near side. It'll show and go. That was a high tackle. And advantage being played to Japan. Quick tap and go. Wasting no time. And Russia having to defend. Taken up by Nagata. Slow ball coming back. 90 seconds to play. Looping pass. Not a bad one either. Hirano. Pass off the deck from Kuwai. The show and go. Kuwai once more.
Touch me, scrum. Start.
Scrum to Japan.
Start.
Japan making heavy weather of trying to play the ball out from their own 22, aren't they? They're allowing the Russians to get right up in their faces in defence. Perhaps they need to just take a little bit more depth so they can move the ball into the open spaces. As it is, they just keep having to cut back in, and the Russians are much bigger and more powerful in that contact area.
As an example right there, swallowed up in the tackle and shoved back 2 or 3 metres and then taking it out, but illegally. And Amy Perrott says penalty to Japan. Can they finish with a bang here? Trying to get the pass away. Kuwai just couldn't release it. Japan still have possession They're going to try and ship this one on a little bit. This is Nagata. Oh, the pass dropped at a crucial stage.
Knock on.
And then offside from the knock-on. 10 seconds to go. Russia will have their victory.
And they could probably afford just to tap this one and boot it off the park, couldn't they?
It's exactly what they do. Glimpses of really good stuff from Japan overall, but Russia just too strong, too experienced, and too clinical with the chances that they did get. They've been finished comfortable winners here against the host nation.